12 days to FedNow. JESS CHENG in 2018 presented to the IMF, who wrote Ripple payment rules and worked on core infrastructure of FedNow. Flip the switch, XRP ISO incoming.
Other category of fintech innovation and payments is where you have a whole new payment method. A new way for money to move that's different from anything we've seen before. So this could be crypto assets, or it could be a blockchain-based payment solution. And this is a space that I worked in at Ripple. And it's this space that I personally find fascinating and exciting. What's important about this category of fintech innovation is that you have a new way for value to flow. What's new is an opening up of the type of connections between people, institutions, entities all around the world. This is really important for cross-border payments. Payments generally flow pretty freely when it's just within a country, especially when people happen to have accounts with the same bank. But for payments from one country to another, that's where you run into inefficiencies and frictions, a foundation that can be legally enforced.
And Ripple is here to create a new interoperable, innovative way. The internet creates value. With today's new payment system. Ripple, JESS CHENG, who worked at the core of FedNow, explaining how banks can use Ripple XRP
with Alpha Bank and with Beta Bank. But what if there were a way for Alpha Bank and Beta Bank to connect without even needing that? They could use, say, XRP. So this is the digital asset that's native to the Ripple consensus ledger. They could use that as a bridging tool. So in contrast to our previous examples, the hypos where it was fiat currency from end to end, each link along the way involved fiat currency. Here, banks like Alpha Bank and Beta Bank can use virtual currency to bridge that missing link just between them.
Looks like Joseph over here is not too happy about on-demand liquidity taking the front and center.
And this tool could be especially useful for banks that are...
This is like an ETH guy is like, oh, what are we going to do now? Ripple is being talked about.
Supporting emerging markets. So let's say we have Alpha Corp, now sitting in Brazil, wants to make a payment to Beta Corp, now sitting in Thailand for a product.
And you clearly heard what Jesse Cheng said, on-demand liquidity.
That it purchased. So this means that Brazilian real are withdrawn from Alpha Corp's account with Alpha Bank, and Thai baht are deposited into Beta Corp's account with Beta Bank. But same questions before. How do Alpha Bank and Beta Bank bridge that link, that missing link between them? As a practical matter, it might be hard to find a common account holder that happens to have accounts in Brazil and in Thailand. But what if Alpha Bank happened to hold some XRP? And what if Beta Bank were willing to accept to receive some XRP? So their XRP balances are recorded on a distributed ledger. So this is virtual currency balances recorded on the Ripple consensus ledger. Those two banks, Alpha Bank and Beta Bank, could agree as a commercial matter that Beta Bank has received full payment from Alpha Bank in connection with the Alpha Corp to Beta Corp payment upon a transfer of a certain amount of XRP from Alpha Bank to Beta Bank.
Keep your guy on the ETH, man. ETH free pass guy is upset when she's explaining to you the missing link, XRP.
And in determining the exact amount of the XRP to be transferred, Alpha Bank and Beta Bank are implicitly agreeing to an exchange rate. So for example, Beta Bank would view this amount as the XRP it's willing to receive in exchange for that Thai baht payment that's on paying to Beta Corp. And with Alpha Bank,
she just explained to you the missing link, XRP, and interoperability. Ripple JESS CHENG, who worked at the core of FedNow, explaining how banks will and can use XRP. Former Ripple employee Jess Cheng has an extensive expertise in connecting payment infrastructure that leverage DLT and was at the forefront of developing the core infrastructure at FedNow. Shout out to ISO 20022 at Roku 24694375. Really good find right there. Before joining FedNow, Jess was a senior counsel aboard the governor of Fed Reserve System in D.C. in the monetary affairs and payment system. In that role, Jess was the forefront of payment rulemaking and development of Fed innovative core instant payment infrastructure FedNow service. Before joining Fed, Jess worked at the council at the International Monetary Fund. 2015 to 2018, Jess serves as Deputy General Counsel at blockchain company Ripple. Do you see some of the big connections here behind the scenes? What is coming? Buckle up. New asset class. More diagrams. I'm loving that right there. I'm loving that. The Internet of Value, XRP. Top 10 XRPL tokens by 24-hour volume. Guys, I'm here to tell you, if you haven't seen the new XRPayNet wallet, it's amazing. These assets run on XRPL. We're down that XRPL rabbit hole. XRPayNet runs on XRPL. Also, Core has done very well. Solo, Xcore, Reaper, RPM, BPM wallet, Casino Coin, STX, ℚ𝕝𝕚𝕚, XDX, and EQ, Equilibrium. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on some of these as they as developments unfold. This just came out today. There's some controversy around this article. Ripple Central Banks Explore CBDC. Ripple Central Banks Explore CBDC potential with successful testing of 30 plus use cases, including offline payments. Is XRP the ideal base layer? The Bank of England has partnered with blockchain startup Ripple to test different use cases of CBDC and digital pound. The Ripple blockchain has been one of the forerunners for working on some key CBDCs projects. Central banks conducted a joint experiment testing different ways to connect monetary authorities as well as private sector in order to facilitate retail digital currency payments. The experiment saw participation from London Innovation Hub, Bank of International Settlements, So It Begins, and Bank of England, which is a paid Ripple customer. Brad Garlinghouse said it. The head of BIS Innovation Hub said the project 𝕤𝕚𝕚𝕚 seeks to discover how API layer would support retail CBDC. Now there's something really interesting here. When I go to the original article, new BIS, Bank of England have tested 30 central bank digital currencies. When you go to the CoinDesk article right here, something really jumps out at me at the bottom here. In April, BIS released a report. Project 𝕝𝕚𝕚𝕚, who also worked with Bank of England, who tested distributed ledger technology. You go down a little bit farther. Blockchain network Quant announced its role as part of the vendor team for Project 𝕤𝕚𝕚𝕚 on Friday. So QNT is involved. In press release statement shared with CoinDesk, Quant said it had partnered with digital solution platform UST on the project. Quant providing the underlying infrastructure and blockchain platform, secure smart contracts, and interoperability. Really interesting there. Also want to show you guys one more thing. We'll be live today at 1. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. John Deaton, BlackRock, 11 trillion assets under management. Fidelity, 4 trillion. What percentage of that goes to Bitcoin? Now Fidelity, rumored to file a spot ETF. So now we have all the big names coming in. BlackRock, Fidelity. So did weekends hand crypto to Wall Street? Interesting scenario right there. Oh, shout out to Ant1. Implementing global payment messaging standard with CHAPS and real-time gross settlement system. Bank of England is a paid Ripple customer. Don't forget, guys, smash that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. I want to get a quick video up. We'll be live at 1.
I hope you hold it in strong.
Cause we about to boom soon.
The road in limbo, staring out my window. I got the formula, stacked them bags up and simple, and wait until we explode. I'll meet you at the disco. We just getting started like an intro. Friday